right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are back again with another episode. We are on season 3. This is going to be season 3, episode 1 of Shit Under My Nails. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, there is a mini trending that is going on right now. It is by the name, and we want to call them Wayfair. I personally have loved Wayfair for a very long time, but they've been trending, I want to say, for since last Friday. It is now Monday. What's been going on is there have been speculations of them possibly being a part of the sex trade. And here in Atlanta, Georgia, the sex trade is something that's extremely, extremely big. So I'm going to let y'all listen to some of this commentary of what's going on, or what specifically is going on. And you just kind of sort of tell me what you think.
Downtown Ottawa, there's a secretive federal agency targeting shadowy crime and the money behind it. Their work has gone unseen until now. Never before have they allowed cameras inside for a look at this.
What we're seeing on the left screen here is an example of a suspicious transaction report. There were cash deposits being
Canada's Financial Intelligence Unit, FinTrack, flags to police signs of suspected money laundering for sex trafficking. Those email addresses and aliases could be hiding women held against their will.
This individual had almost $200,000 in cash deposits. Many of these deposits occurred between 12 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. So irregular banking hours that you don't necessarily see.
Red flag number 1.
There you go.
An intelligence analyst is showing us a real string of dubious transactions.
Travel-related purchases, hotel-related purchases.
We've agreed to conceal her name given the sensitive nature of her work, helping identify suspected traffickers and support their victims.
What black and white financial intelligence can do is corroborate their testimony.
Human trafficking leaves a money trail, and experts know what to look for. Like lingerie purchases, motel rooms booked for several nights, and constant one-way travel. Not to mention big cash deposits late at night. Banks and other institutions make the disclosures, then FinTrack helps connect the dots.
Trafficking. Who do you picture as a victim? Maybe a troubled teenager, a runaway? How about a 3-month-old baby?
And that includes several women arrested and charged with prostitution. Here are the mugshots of 4 women who Atlanta police arrested. This is all part of a nationwide FBI operation. In all, 84 kids were rescued nationwide. More than 120 alleged traffickers were arrested. And Vinny, this is hard to say. The youngest child rescued was in Denver, Colorado. The girl, only 3 months old. A family friend, obviously not good of a friend, offered to sell the 3-month-old and her 5-year-old sister to an undercover FBI agent for sex. Thankfully, that didn't happen, and those 2 girls were rescued. That family friend was arrested and will be going to jail.
15 people are sitting in jail tonight following a human trafficking sting last week in Killeen.
Yeah, 2 of those arrested are active duty soldiers at Fort Hood. Channel 6's Barry Roy joins us now live from our newsroom tonight with those details. Good evening to you, Barry.
Yeah, good evening to you both. It was what they called an anti-sex trafficking operation, and the goal was to take working women off the streets and to get them help. They tell me tonight the streets are a little safer, but the fight against human trafficking is far from over.
It's a global issue. It's the fastest growing criminal industry in the world.
These are some of the faces Susan Peters says make up that criminal world. 15 faces of someone's reality forever altered at their hands and minds. Statistically speaking, the state of Texas ranks 2nd in the country for human trafficking. Since 2007, over 4,000 cases of trafficking have been reported in Texas. Over 450 reports occurred in 2018. And of those reports, 323 were of the sexual nature. The Bell County Sheriff's Department conducted what they called an anti-sex trafficking operation, a 3-day sting in Killeen that netted 15 perpetrators. The youngest victim, just 18 years old.
I think I could go do a sting right now and probably make
A teenager taken nearly 200 miles away and brought right here to San Antonio. Investigators say the human trafficking case led to 2 arrests.
Social media apparently played a role in luring the 15-year-old girl from her home in Houston. The Night Team's Petty Santos tells us this all unfolded last week, and those 2 arrests made just hours ago. Yeah, those arrests involved an 18-year-old and a 35-year-old from here in San Antonio. And the charges said they are facing range from human trafficking and aggravated assault of a child. Take a look. That's Carolyn Mitchell on her way to booking tonight. Investigators say she contacted the 15-year-old over Snapchat and the Cash App. Deputies say Mitchell convinced her to have sexual intercourse with her and Rondell Lee Peterson for $2,400. We're told the pair drove up to meet with the teen again Friday of last week. And that's when deputies say the victim was taken against her will and brought back to San Antonio, where she was allegedly raped by Peterson. She was dumped Saturday in Shirts, where she called 911 and was able to lead investigators to the 2 suspects.
It's happening right here. They're after our kids on our streets, on their own cell phones, and we absolutely have to prepare our kids for what to look out for. Now, granted, this young lady, although she is not of an age where she can consent to sexual activity, was involved in some of this activity by social media and of course, living that high-risk lifestyle.
And the victim, we can tell you tonight, is back in Houston with her family. BCSO says they found a large amount of cocaine and an AK-47 in the apartment where the suspects were arrested tonight. And detectives are trying to determine if this is part of a larger ring and if there are any more victims.
Black women and black children coming up missing these days. Time for a safety check. Ladies, if you see these kind of vehicles parked, do not park next to them. And definitely don't park in between them. Also, if you're moving or having to shop during the day. Try to avoid going to major mall places in the evening or at night when it gets dark. So if you come out of a shopping area at night and you're wedged in between 2 vehicles like that, if you have an SUV, try to go through the trunk of the vehicle to get to the driver's seat. If you have to enter through the driver's side door, get your mace or get you a weapon out, because what they do is they jump out of those vehicles and hit you with a syringe to make you pass out. Also, if you see little cards and things like that on your windshield, avoid grabbing them. Many of those have a powder substance on them that seep into your skin, make you pass out. Also, if you get hit from behind, don't stop. That's another way that they use to get you out of the car to kidnap.
All right, guys, I'm going to make this quick, short, sweet, and to the point. Y'all know me, I don't really do this, but this is important. This is necessary. This whole human trafficking, sex trafficking thing is not a game. It's not a joke. It's real. All right, so I need you guys to take it seriously. Just sent out a bunch of videos and emails to the females in my life, my aunts, my sisters, my daughters, my nieces. Take this stuff seriously, guys. Don't go anywhere, especially this holiday season. Don't go anywhere by yourself. Whatever shopping you got to do, let's try to get it done during the day, because a lot of what these people are doing, they're doing at night, and they're doing, once they get you, they got you. You might as well be on the moon. There ain't nothing that law enforcement can do when we don't know where you're at. We don't have a clue as to where you're at or how to find you. So you've got to take this seriously. I know a lot of us, especially Christians right now, we get hemmed up in a lot of these situations because all we do is pray. And don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with prayer. I believe in prayer. The Bible says watch and pray. A lot of times we get caught because you're on your knees with your head down and your eyes closed. You can't see nothing that way. There's nothing wrong with praying, but I mean, you can pray with your eyes open, and you can pray standing up. You can pray in a posture ready to defend yourself. And in this scenario, with what's going on with this whole human trafficking and sex trafficking stuff, you got to be prepared to defend yourself. Those of you that don't want to carry a firearm, go and get yourself a can of mace. Go and get yourself a flashlight taser. Go get something that you can use to defend yourself. This is serious, guys. It's not a game.
All right. So you guys have heard that And like I said, the only reason that I'm bringing any kind of attention to this is because this is what's going on and this is what's trending at the moment. And what brought it to someone's attention, someone made it viral that Wayfair was actually selling big storage cabinets. These storage cabinets would come in an accumulation of $2,899, $10,000, $13,799, and these were close to between the range of 20,000 and about 10,000. Now, these weren't regular things. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, and the reason why it's even brought to the attention of the people is because of the simple fact that these cabinets and storage bins and certain pillows that are trending just so happen to have the same exact names of missing children. Now, the names of these cabinets and things of that nature, they're not regular names. Samaya, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's S-A-M-Y-I-Y. I'm sorry, I still spelled it wrong. S-A-M-I-Y-A was a 17-year-old missing from Columbus, Ohio. That so happened to be the name of a cabinet. There was also a missing teen by the name of Duplius. And again, I might be saying her name wrong as well. She was a 13-year-old that was missing from Michigan. Okay. And that was her last name. Wayfair sold it as a zodiac sign pillow for about $10,000. Yarchi Castro, she is a missing teen from Connecticut, and her cabinet, which was spelled Yaritza, her cabinet was sold for about $13,799. Original price was $15,000. Okay. Now, all these cabinets that have been sold, we have no idea where the location is at. We have no idea where they could be. Now, since Wayfair has been trending and a lot of people outside have made the connection, they have taken these cabinets down. Since it's been brought to everyone's attention about the whole sex trafficking, money laundering, or it could be a possibility of both. Wayfair has called out online for selling these regular looking cabinets. And at the moment, like I said, they took it down because they're still trending for everything that's going on. And I never thought it would be something as serious, but I've had close friends, family that almost got snatched up in the middle of nowhere and dragged and taken away. Safety is a big, big thing now that you guys don't now the world is coming to realization. And I really feel like 2020 is really a realization year because a lot of things that weren't as obvious and weren't as coming to the light is now coming too. Now, if you don't know, Wayfair is also the company that actually furnished ISIS camps. So I've done my research on that as well. And they have been selling those cabinets for years. The fact that somebody has just came onto the scene and realized and put a puzzle piece together of what's been going on. Who knows where these cabinets are located at the moment? But we're going to figure it out. And we definitely have to keep our kids safe. And in other news, Clayton County schools will be opening a week later than planned, and the classes will start out as virtual only. The school board in South Metro Community late Monday, approved moving the first day of class to August the 10th, a week later from original plan date. The district also approved a plan that will begin the year with students learning from home instead of coming back to school. Parents and guardians in Clayton County overwhelmed said in surveys that they prefer home instruction because of the concerns of the spread of coronavirus. Beasley said teachers should check with the principal of their school about whether they can teach from home or are expected to come to school for instruction. And that's what's going on. It's been a major debate about how can we prevent our children from catching coronavirus as the end of the summer actually winds down. And I know for a fact it definitely doesn't feel like it, but summer is about to end and school is about to start again, and we're about to begin a whole nother year. So I just wanted to be known what's going on, right? And today's inspirational quote of the day is brought to you by, it was going to be brought to you by Abraham Lincoln, but I don't think I'm going to do that one. That's kind of, it's a little iffy. We've been getting into our blackness this year, so maybe I shouldn't do anything about Abraham Lincoln. So I'm going to bring you a different inspirational quote for today. Inspirational quote for today is: be a product of your choice and not a victim of your circumstance. Think about that. I'm going to have to think about that a time and a time again. All right. Now it is time for Fact of the Day. Today is July the 14th officially. We love our overseas brother, Conor McGregor and Jane Lynch. Their birthdays are today. We have Black Eyed Peas rapper Taboo. He was born today, 1975. He's a total of 43 years old. We also have so many other birthdays today. R&B singer and reality star Tamika Harris. She was born today. She is a total of 43 years old. We definitely appreciate you. Princess Victoria of Sweden. She was also born today on July the 14th. She's a total of 41 today. Happy young birthday. And Jane Lynch, she is a total of 58 today. She is one of the major stars that we associate her with the Mean Boss in so many different comedies, like I stated before. Other than that, that's pretty much it for today's birthdays. I do know there are a couple of people that I want to officially just shout out. And the people who we're going to shout out today in the social media corner are, and I'm about to tell you right now, of course, we want to give a shout out to Mr. ATL himself apparel. We definitely want to shout him out. And of course, if you have not gotten yours, please go hit up Ecstasy Box. That's XTACY Box 1 to get your sexual needs. And of course, I am the new and founding brand ambassador. I am what you call a locker room doll with a company called The Girls Locker Room. Okay, it is THEGIRLSLOCKERROOM._ Go visit the Girls Locker Room and use my code to get 10% off. My code would officially be DURTY And I'm just make sure that that is the correct DURTTY. Use that code and get 10% off on those very comfortable onesies. They're very stretchable. They're in the midst of what's happening today. I also want to give a shout out to a Instagram by the name of EWWIT3. I go on there and I probably listened to a joke the other day, and yeah, they're pretty goddamn corny, but it makes me laugh. Jokes are not supposed to be thought about. They're definitely supposed to be laughed at. A future upcoming crayon cutie. Her name is Sweet Face by Lexi. She is one of the up and coming makeup artist of Atlanta, and she is a beauty influencer. So definitely go to those Instagram that I shouted out for the Instagram stories and the Instagram comments. But for now, what I will leave you with is definitely stay safe. Buy a gun with nice bullets that'll open a bitch up. Get you some mace, a taser. Sex trafficking is real, and it has been brought to the light again by your own community. So pay attention. And as always, it's always going to be a beautiful day on the south side of GA. All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are back again with another episode. We are on season 3. This is going to be season 3, episode 1 of Shit Under My Nails. Welcome back. So there is a mini trending that is going on right now. It is by the name, and we want to call them Wayfair. I personally have loved Wayfair for a very long time, but they've been trending, I want to say, since last Friday. It is now Monday. What's been going on is there have been speculations of them possibly being a part of the sex trade. And here in Atlanta, Georgia, the sex trade is something that's extremely, extremely big. So I'm going to let y'all listen to some of this commentary of what's going on, or what specifically is going on. And you just kind of sort of tell me what you think.
Downtown Ottawa, there's a secretive federal agency targeting shadowy crime and the money behind it. Their work has gone unseen until now. Never before have they allowed cameras inside for a look at this.
What we're seeing on the left screen here is an example of a suspicious transaction report. There were cash deposits being
Canada's Financial Intelligence Unit, FinTrack, flags to police signs of suspected money laundering for sex trafficking. Those email addresses and aliases could be hiding women held against their will.
This individual had almost $200,000 in cash deposits. Many of these deposits occurred between 12 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. So irregular banking hours that you don't necessarily see.
Red flag number 1.
There you go.
An intelligence analyst is showing us a real string of dubious transactions.
Travel-related purchases, hotel-related purchases.
We've agreed to conceal her name given the sensitive nature of her work, helping identify suspected traffickers and support their victims.
What black and white financial intelligence can do is corroborate their testimony.
Human trafficking leaves a money trail, and experts know what to look for. Like lingerie purchases, motel rooms booked for several nights, and constant one-way travel. Not to mention big cash deposits late at night. Banks and other institutions make the disclosures, then FinTrack helps connect